Hey guys, welcome back to the Zen Den. So, I really don't know why I'm doing this video, but I feel like it's something that I should do. Um, there's a lot of channels out there that are all about preparedness. Excuse me. They're all about being self reliant, self sufficient. Um, and I'm probably one of those channels. It's kind of hard because you don't want to come across as you're putting fear into people, because I'm not. I have no fear, because I believe in myself. I believe in our creator, and I kind of want to share that with you guys. Our words, like when I do a video, I'm very mindful of my words. I want to encourage people. I want to um, inspire people to learn new things, and not necessarily new things, more so of our history and what our ancestors did. When it comes to gardening or building or, uh, water purification and canning. And I mean, they did all of this before. Hang on here. There we go. They did all of this before. And a lot of it wasn't passed down on us because our parents honestly thought our life would be so much better, and that we wouldn't need to have these skills and abilities and knowledge about how to really live off the land and take care of yourself, and husbandry with animals and preserving food, and just knowledge. So one of the things that I really love doing is finding old books from the late 1800s, early 1900s. The information in there is so different. It's easier, it's easier, yet the craftsmanship is, and the pride is higher. It's easier, but it's more intricate and detailed. So many things that I'm learning about history, they really blow my mind. Sure, the majority of people think, yay, society is advancing. But I don't know, is it advancing? I mean, I'm really grateful for having a cell phone. At the same time, um, a lot of people have their head down. Um, at the same time, you can open up your phone and watch 30-second skits, and just, it's mind numbing. You're not benefiting yourself. You're not learning anything. Half the time you're laughing, or you're seeing people get hurt. That to me is absolutely horrific. But I guess that's just me, right? Depends if you're an empath or not. You can really pick up on other people's feelings, so it makes it kind of hard. Um, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love going out and socializing and going to parties, and I love it. I'm good with it. However, I love spending time on my own. I have a video regarding cooking on an open fire, and I kind of touch on my experience. A few years ago, I was on pharma, and I wanted to get off pharma, when I realized how detrimental and damaging it was to my person. So I took myself and my two large breed dogs, and I went up country. And my husband, of 25 years, he put together an area for me. He fenced it in with nice 6-foot fencing, so I had a secure area up there. And I was with my dogs, and wow, um, it took a minute to be okay with it, and not be worried, so to speak. But once I started, really looking at the trees and listening to the animals, and just relaxing and allowing my heart to open. And instead of being afraid, being grateful and being like in awe and appreciation. That was the biggest change for me, was being able to sit with myself and just feel whatever I felt. And sometimes you get thoughts that come into your mind that are not the best, but you still have to acknowledge them, forgive yourself, forgive anyone that brought harm upon you. And I'm not saying forget, but I'm saying forgive. um, Forgive them and carry on. Don't let that negative energy get into your mind. um, Everybody makes mistakes. We are human. And the creator God, he forgives us, right? He forgives us. So we have to remember that and be mindful, um, with everyone in life. You could be walking down the street and see someone that looks like they're having a really shitty day, and just smile and say hello, you know? And you might change their day. You might just give them some encouragement, some love, some hope. Someone acknowledge them. Um, when I was young, life was totally different. Everybody was so loving. Um, Everybody was so kind and smiling and happy and busy and outside and learning and sharing. And again, you got the cell phone now. And is it a cell phone like a jail cell? Perhaps. I mean, it has its uses and its benefits, but it's also created some really bad habits for people, especially the younger generation. Some people can't be alone without their phone. Like they can't deal with it. Um, and it's kind of funny because with the YouTube thing, now I only listen to one thing on my phone, and that's a notification if someone comments, because I like to interact with my subscribers. Um, but other than that, I only check my phone a couple times a day. I do go out and watch other people that I've subscribed to. I watch their content. I check out their channel if I've just subscribed to them. And I make time for them. And make time for everything in life. So when it comes to being personally responsible, this is something that is up to us. And that includes being prepared. It could be job loss, it could be illness, it could be a storm, or it could be a supply chain problem. There's many reasons that our ancestors stocked up what they needed for the year. It wasn't just because it was the old days. It was common sense for them. Do we want to eat this winter? What if we can't make it to the store? Or what if your vehicle conks out? Or what if anything? So I'm going to get back on my channel to providing some more information about how to get prepared, things that you want to get, and different ways of thinking about it. A lot of people are like rice, beans. Yeah, it's true, but you want some flour if you like to bake biscuits. You want some comfort foods. You want things like maybe a jar of Christmas candy or something if you wanted to help lift spirits in a bad time, say without power or whatever. You can do up a canning jar. If you have children, you can do up a bunch of canning jars and stick a cake mix in there and some candles in there. And then make sure, again, when you're going to do something like that, you want to find the equipment so that you can bake the cake in an off-grid situation or a power grid situation. So you want to look at something like a Dutch oven, something with a lid. Different cast irons, because they hold their heat and they're great for baking bread, and so many other things. So, all these things are going to make a difference on our longevity in a bad situation. And it's not just us; it's our neighbors. It's really important to go and meet your neighbors, to know which ones have young children, which ones are senior citizens. Excuse me, with winter coming now, I mean, lend a hand if you know you have seniors living by you. Shovel their walkway, ask them if they need anything from the store when you're going. If you know that there's a single mom or a family with young children, ask them if there's anything that you can do to help, or if they just want to talk. Being in a community, I know we all have to live somewhere. And that's a giving, right? It depends on how much money we make, where our jobs are, all sorts of different things. But at the same time, we want to make sure that we know our surroundings. We know, if something happens, okay, we need to go check on this neighbor and that neighbor. After, you make sure you're safe and you got everything you need, then you need to reach out. And all those senior citizens have so much knowledge in their head. You might meet one of your neighbors that's into, I don't know, canning or hunting or trap lines or construction or water purification or, like talk to them. And, maybe they got some of these old books because I can't find them anymore. I was building a beautiful library of very old books, and it doesn't matter where I go anymore, they seem to be all gone. So keep your eyes open for old books, because I tell you, the information, um, it's back to the basics, functional information, easy to follow information. You don't need a PDF file, and you don't have to take a course. It's just people back then were much more simpler. And that goes for the medicinal books and the, all of that, educational books. You know, I homeschooled my son for a lot of his education, and I am really grateful that I did and was able to. If you have young children, consider it. A lot of people try to tell you, oh, homeschooling's really hard. And it's not. It's not. It's all your mindset. It's what you believe. If you believe, I don't know, like it's, for me, it's raining out, and around the chicken coop area, it's mucky, because that's what it is. We're on a farm, and every time I go in and out of there, I always think to myself, how can I make it so I have to walk in less mud? Instead of coming out there and being grumpy and allowing it to affect me, I just keep doing little things to make it better. And we have to do that in our life and in our preps. Stick a bucket, get buckets, go get free buckets if you can. And stick, a whole bucket of pasta if that's what you like to eat. Or if your kids are fans of, what is it called? Chef Boyardee, fill a bucket with those. Fill a bucket with canned chili or tuna fish or canned chicken or corned beef. Get the stuff that you make on a regular basis, so that if something goes wrong, it's an easier transition, and you're more comfortable because you're doing the recipes you already know. Um, so yeah, spices are essential, because you can take, plain white rice, and you can make it so many different ways just by having spices. So consider all these things, and first aid and hygiene, and a lot of this stuff, you guys, is available at dollar stores. A lot of spices are, $1.25, $1.50 for a jar. Maybe every payday, take $10 or $20 and go down to your dollar store, and sometimes they'll have a pack of 3 toothbrushes for $1.25. Stock up on that stuff, so again, you can just keep your wits about you and be comfortable and have the things that you want in your life. And it gives you a chance also to reflect on what you really do and don't need. When you start to be more mindful of the things around you, you find that it doesn't really take up more space, because you get rid of a lot of stuff that you realize has no purpose. Um, that's one of the reasons I made this Zen Den, is I don't have a lot of tchotchke or decor. in my house. I mean, it's comfortable and I think it's pleasing to the eye, but I didn't have a space where it was just like boom, all sorts of positive energy and pillows and cups of tea and, just loving it. Music. I sit out here. You guys, I actually fell asleep in here the other night. I was doing something. I think I was journaling. And then I woke up and it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, holy smokes. Well, I went back to bed because why not? If I made it till 3 and it wasn't cold out here, I did have the little heater going, but just on low. And that's amazing. The energy in this little building it's so lifting and positive that's why I created it for myself. I created it so I have a place to go that reminds me and has all these signs and words and, like, let me read you a couple. Um, the best things to hold on to in life are each other, and that's by Audrey Hepburn. Um, it's true, we are. We're all learning different things together. Some people are going to learn differently. This is how I learn. I grow a lot of medicinals because I love gardening. Um, and not only that, a lot of these plants and weeds, I mean, I grew up with. I didn't really understand their purpose. I didn't realize that they were medicinal. Um, but as I meet them and as I learn more, it's so exciting, You'd never have a fear. You'd never have fear of starving because there's food literally all around us, just everywhere. The cities, they try to tell you it's an invasive weed. Kill it. They come up with all these chemicals. Spray it, kill it. Don't do that. They love us. Those plants and weeds, even the dandelion, man, the dandelion root is the dandelion is the only plant that I personally know of that actually strengthens the muscles in our heart. Like the dandelion. And, it breaks my heart when I think of all these people killing them on their lawn day after day and paying people to come and kill them. And it's just like, but if you don't have the knowledge, you don't know, right? That's why I got this channel up and running, is so that I can share the knowledge and the things that I'm passionate about, the things that I'm learning, the things that I've learned, and share it with you guys. So that's a little bit, I don't know, I really need some comments. Like, what do you guys want to talk about? What do you guys want to learn about? Because I'm not a teacher, and I mean, I do the most research I can on the plants that I provide you guys the information on it. I diligently do the research on it, try to come up with some, but not all, of the information on it, because otherwise my videos would be way too long, and a lot of people won't watch them. When I do my videos, especially on medicinals, I really try to keep it consistent from the beginning of the video to the end on just the plant I'm talking about. Because, even me, I can't remember all the medicinals in my head. And that was another thing I really want to mention to you guys. It's like a phone book, right? You have a phone book in your purse, at least we used to, where you have all your friends' names and you write down all their phone numbers. This is how I approach medicinals now. They are my friends, and I take my notebook and I write something down about them so I can remember how to use them, remember how to identify them, and that way, in the event that I wasn't available, that book is going to be there for other people to continue to know what those are. And that goes because if you don't have the information written down, holy smokes, like I have an apothecary with probably, I don't know, maybe 120 jars of different medicinals. Now, if I didn't have anything written down and something happened to me or I wasn't available, how is that going to benefit anybody, So again, being mindful, share the knowledge, share the love, and teach your children, teach your grandkids, teach your neighbors' kids, and a lot of these plants, not only are they medicinal for us, But you can look into the different information on a lot of these plants we can use on our dogs and our cats and our chickens and our cattle and our everything, you know. A lot of these foods, like stinging nettle, is one of the weeds that I admire the most. It's got the highest protein in it. So again, like I said, you know, no fear. God is here. He is all around us, and He has provided everything. What I want you guys to do is learn. So if there's any comments or questions or curiosities on things, please put them in the comment section below so I can follow up. It also gives me some ideas for content. I'm basically just filming my life and things that I do. And I don't know how exciting that is for you guys with the chickens and the plants and the garden and the cooking and the canning. It's kind of all over the place, but that's okay, right? Hopefully everybody can find a little bit of something on my channel, and we can all grow and learn together. So thank you so much for coming by the Zen Den tonight. Have a great night. Bye-bye.